tee this one up. The Bearcats have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Looking to throw, it's Russell. It's complete to the right. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. What does a top 5 ranking mean for week 1? Optimism, hope, maybe, David, an excuse for the other team's fans to rush the field if they knock you off?
Well, it means, first of all, absolutely nothing, because preseason rankings don't show up anywhere at the end of the season, but it means this team is talented. It means they're thought of highly. They got to go earn it, Jesse, and it starts today, but the talent obviously is all over the field.
The number in the preseason rankings means absolutely nothing. You saw Florida State recently start in the top 10. They won 2 games by the end of the year. So you've got to go earn it. Yes, you're talented. Yes, a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching and people are really excited. You've got an opportunity to do things really, really that are special this season, but you've got to earn it on the field.
Sends it back in motion. He'll take it himself. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
On the run, it's Riley. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
They'll give it to him again. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Snags it over the middle. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out and get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now upcoming.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. To the air, it's Hout. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Let's take a minute and talk about Cincinnati. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ballpark, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working. Because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff. And the message and what they're preaching, they all believe they could do something very special this season.
Yeah, I love that the QB understood, I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can, quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got him. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
And now on second down for this offense. Just keep slinging it. Got his man on the right. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Oh, they're after him. He caught it. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Good news, bad news for the offense, right? It's awesome that you made the completion, but your QB cannot keep taking hits like that throughout the course of this game. Pass protection is going to have to get better.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. Back to throw, it's Hout. Buys a little extra time. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell. They want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just try to get to him, try to get him on the ground. But this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football.
Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
Looking to the end zone on third and goal. Steps away. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on fourth and goal from the 1. First blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
I think most coaches on fourth and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big fourth down conversion.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 15, here comes the return. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Going to the ground. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the ground with the back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Back to throw, it's Russell. Gets it to the back. Breaks into the open. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. We've reached the break. Cincinnati is on top, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. This one's complete. Got enough space. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Back to pass. It's Howell. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward when that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. A strike downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly into the hands of your receiver before all those defenders can get to it. Man, this QB's got a cannon.
Ball down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there. The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He wants to throw it again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Hauls it in. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down.
And had they not picked up that first down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on fourth down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
Dropping back, it's Houck. It's on target and complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to pass. He's got an open man. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Offense working from the pistol. Wide receiver going in motion. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Zings it complete to the right. Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field. Gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, a catchable ball down the field, and makes the big play. That's toughness by that young man.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. the change now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Making side adjustments here. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. With the catch, it's Grover. After 40, there he goes. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
Looking to pass. It's Houck. Dances away. Had to throw it before he wanted. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going to take a shot at this DB. Snatches it on the run. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation. That time, saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
They'll send the back in motion. The snap sets up the throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
It's tough to throw the ball down here in the red zone, man. Those windows, they open and they close so quickly. You've got to have great timing, and right now this offense doesn't have it. They've thrown 2 straight incompletions setting up 3rd down.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. This crowd knows when to bring it. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. They got him the football, but he could not convert. It'll be 4th down.
And I think that completion is as good as a 1st down, right? Because you've set yourself up now at 4th and inches. Quarterback sneak spin it, get it done. Keep this drive alive.
So they've got the lead. They can make it a 2-score game with a chip shot field goal, but instead, the offense is out there on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That's such a terrible feeling, too, if you're the quarterback, because on 4th down, they're calling for you on a designed run. They're putting all their hopes on you to somehow go out and get that first, and he knew it. There was just nowhere to go. It's got to be a terrible feeling when you know the defense is won, especially on 4th down, and you're going to be coming off the field.
And this run won't give them any more room to operate, but at least they avoided the safety. Down to 2 minutes to play, we'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Didn't get much on 1st down and 2nd and 9. He'll try it again. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Got a man. It's Green. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Russell. Makes the grab. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab outside. It's Singleton. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Hill. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Russell. Unloads to the wideout. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Cincinnati offense back on the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
And the Bearcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking downfield, it's Houck. Quickly out to the tight end. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Takes a hit as he fires. On target over the middle. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they got it in plus territory. And the Bearcats are on the move. Looking downfield on 1st down. Right on the money. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
Looking to fire. Steps away to find some room. Got his man downfield. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his 2nd right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him. B, getting it to him quickly. And then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
The Bearcats have it with a 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback keeps it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Bearcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Louisiana Tech is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Ruston for some time. They're up 14 over South Alabama. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes that Alabama offense. Dropping back, it's Russell. Tight end finds a soft spot. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Oh, he's got some space. He's inside the 40. That's 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bama.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Direct snap. It's Green. He gets it in for the 2, and now a field goal would tie it. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ready to go back to work. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Looking to throw, it's Houck. With the catch, it's Johnson. Oh, what a caught! And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
I tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Lost a throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Johnson.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Lost to fire on second down. Going for the big play. Wide open, he makes the catch. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Man, he looks like he's in a rhythm on this drive, right? 3 for 3. He's going where he needs to go with the football. The defense doesn't have any answers for him. Find the offensive coordinator. I'm letting this guy keep chucking it down here close to the goal line.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. Touchdown, Bearcats! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. 37-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Throws for the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Motion from the back. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Sweet cut there. Sports across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. It's a fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They bring him down, but not only do they get the turnover, he picked up a chunk of yardage, too.
Well, it's a nice job by him making the catch, but guys, you got to secure the ball and put it away. The play's not over, and give the defender credit for knocking it loose, and the defense jumps on it.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Looking for a man. It's Howe. Bringing the heat. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They'll line up for a second down play. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Final play of the quarter coming. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. They want to run this quarterback. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Pulls it in, it's Adams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Snagged out of the air. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
That's caught. It's Adams. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice game.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. They just keep firing. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Snags it. And he will score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Cincinnati offense back on the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. The sure hands, it's Johnson. Ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting that takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. To the air, it's Houck. Under fire. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
And those are so frustrating. When you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
End zone trying to loosen up this D. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
The Bearcats will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the ranking. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown time! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense when number 3's coming soon.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They'll start this drive going to the air. Plucks it out of the air. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Back to pass, it's Houck. It's complete to the left. Pulled down for the tackle. The Bearcats moving quickly to the line. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's been throwing bullets all over the field.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it. They get the turnover.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football. I got the lead. The clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense, have to understand the situation. Have to understand, I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Loses 5. Brings up second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass on 2nd down. He's got him in the flat. And this one will be stopped for no gain. That play looked as if it had a chance to be productive, but the open field tackle stopped it.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, getting him on the ground.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Going for 6. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6.
And I'm curious if that shot right there to the end zone was the offense's way of being aggressive. And now they take the field goal because a field goal ties this thing up. Big decision for this offense coming. Do I take the field goal, the guaranteed tie, or do I keep the gas pedal to the floor and be aggressive?
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw. It's Hout. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a... on that one.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And that's perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays, don't want to give up those first downs, and just make that clock run.
Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Sends it downfield, and it's caught inside the 25. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And the Bearcats will have it 1st and 10. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
What a finish we have unfolding here. The offense in the waning moments in a chance to take the lead. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Jones to throw. Touchdown, Bearcats! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. Great, flawless execution by this offense.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stops. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Looking to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And so far today, man, both offenses have been so good. Like, putting up points, being productive. Now in a big moment, man, the defense has a chance to step up. Nice job batting the football down.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and